Hey, what's up guys, this is Shukesh and today I'm gonna review this very interesting smartphone. It's called AGM X1 and this is probably the perfect device you might want to take with you when you are going on a long trip. If you are traveling, climbing, hiking or skiing, this smartphone can be your companion mainly because of the fact that it's a rugged smartphone, that is, it's shockproof, dustproof and of course IP68 certified waterproof. Obviously, there are lots of rugged smartphones in the market right now, but what I like most about this smartphone here is it doesn't really look so, it's not ugly or bulky unlike most of the rugged smartphones. It's just 8mm thick and the weight is 214 gram, just 26 gram heavier than the iPhone 7 Plus. It looks like a normal smartphone and the handling of this phone is also awesome. The other factors for being a travel smartphone is this huge 5.5 inches Full HD display, which is Samsung Super AMOLED, so less power consuming, and a very interesting dual camera at the back. Most importantly, you have a 5400 mAh battery, 4G LTE dual SIM support with hybrid SIM 2 slot, a fingerprint sensor at the front which is waterproof, that is, it works even when your fingers are wet. You have stock Android interface which is extremely smooth, and the RAM on this phone is amazing 4GB with 64GB storage, so you might not need an SD card. So overall, this smartphone, the AGM X1, is the perfect device if you are a rough user or go on trips now and then. There I have the Motorola Moto M, and the price of this Moto M and AGM X1 is very close. X1 is priced at $280 only, that is approximately 18,500 rupees, and obviously Moto M is slimmer and slightly smaller, but there is always a risk of dropping this phone without sacrificing the look and the handling. AGM X1 can be a great choice if you want a water, shock and dust resistant device. Interestingly, the benchmark scores of Moto M and AGM X1 are almost same. There I have the Redmi Note 4, and the dimensions of these two phones here are very close, I will say, but if you want a smartphone you want to take to the pool, then X1 is the only choice. There I have the iPhone 7 with a leather case which might provide some shock resistance, but again there is no guarantee, and the thickness of this iPhone 7 is now very close to the AGM X1. Now let me talk about few aspects of this phone I like and I dislike, but before that let's quickly check the accessories you get with this phone. The first thing you get is obviously the device itself, then a user manual which is actually nicely printed with pictures. Next, two screen protectors, so that's really amazing. The earphones looks and feels very premium, the earpieces are really sturdy, and the cable is also nicely braided. There are also some extra ear tips. As I just mentioned, you have a huge 5400 mAh battery and it also supports quick charging 3.0. The charger is rated 18 watts, so that's really amazing. You won't have to wait for hours to charge the device. Lastly, there you get the data cable for charging and data syncing. Now this smartphone is IP68 certified water and dust resistant, that is, it's dust resistant at the highest level 6 and water resistant at level 8, that is, it can be underwater for 30 minutes at depths up to 1.5 meter. So let's now quickly do a water test. While the device looks okay, there isn't of course any water inside the device through the ports. Now the phone is fully submerged into the water, and let's see whether there is any issue with the touch or the display. While the phone is still working just fine, the display touch response is as good as it should be, and the camera, sound, everything is working just fine. So this AGM X1 is waterproof. It's very useful in certain situations, and you can also take underwater videos or photos using the volume rockers. This smartphone is also shockproof, so if you drop your phone from your hand, the screen won't break. And the structure of this phone is made of titanium alloy, so the build quality of this smartphone is top class. Let me now quickly go through the specs of this smartphone. First of all, you have a 5.5 inches Super AMOLED display from Samsung, and the resolution is Full HD with 401 ppi. The color rendering, the saturation level is the best in business, and the brightness level is quite adequate for outdoor visibility. The display is also not power hungry, so on normal to heavy usage you can expect at least 3 full days thanks to the huge battery. As you know, Super AMOLED offers the best viewing angles as well. The home key is basically a touch capacitive key, and you also have your back and the app switcher on either sides of this key. There you have the ear speaker grill and a 5 megapixel front facing camera with both proximity and ambient sensors. There is also an LED notification light. At the back you have 13 megapixel dual cameras. The main camera is for imaging, and the secondary camera at the top is for recording the depth of field information so that you can get amazing bokeh effect like a DSLR camera. You also have dual LED flash and a secondary microphone for noise cancellation. The loudspeaker is at the bottom of the backside. There you have the power key and the hybrid SIM slot, and of course the volume rocker here. The micro USB and 3.5mm headphone port are under this door. The AGM X1 supports high-speed dual-band Wi-Fi, and unlike most of the rugged smartphones, you have NFC support, so sharing media is much easier. You also have USB OTG support, that is, you can attach your pen drive, your hard drives running on external power source, and also mouse, keyboards, etc. There is also an SOS function. You have a very interesting application preloaded. It also offers a couple of nice features for the travelers. For example, you have a protractor, and with the help of the camera you can do measurements. There is also another protractor which is I think most useful. You can measure the inclination, that is the degree of slope, just like so. And obviously there you have the SOS function, that is you can send SOS messages to your friends or family, and you also have an anti-theft switch as well. By connecting this device with compatible tools, you can also measure the temperature, the altitude and the pressure, etc. Now my biggest complaint against this AGM X1 is it's still running on Android 5.1.1 Lollipop, but don't worry, the Android 7 Nougat update is on the way. After installing and running lots of apps and games, you are still getting 1.9 gig free RAM, so the multitasking capability of this smartphone is really nice. Under the hood you get Snapdragon 617 chipset with 2 quad-core processors clocked at 1.52 and 1.21 GHz. The GPU is Adreno 405, and there you get the list of sensors. You have all the required sensors for a smartphone. On Antutu benchmark, the AGM X1 secured 45,985, which is quite decent for hardcore gaming. The Geekbench 3 score is also good enough for a device in this price category. I've tried the most graphics intensive games on the Play Store, so let's talk about the gaming performance. As you can see, Asphalt 8 is running quite smoothly. There is no lag I can feel, and this game is playing at highest visual quality, and I think that this smartphone is capable of handling this game without any issue. Let's now try Nova 3, which is by far one of the most graphics intensive games on the Play Store. A lot of phones in this price category like Galaxy J7 Prime cannot handle this game properly, but this AGM X1 is playing this game without any issue, I think. Though the gaming experience is not butter smooth, I will say, but the slight frame drop is not noticeable at all. This game is nicely playable on this smartphone, so if you love to play games, then this smartphone won't disappoint you. Don't forget that you have a huge battery. I think that 5 to 7 hours of continuous gaming is possible on this smartphone. Lastly, let's try the Modern Combat 5. Once again, there is no issue at all playing this game. The 5.5 inches huge display is perfect for playing this type of games. Well, there were two minor lags as you have seen, but again the gaming performance is not affected and the loudspeaker is also loud enough. The phone also doesn't seem that much hot. Next, let's quickly check the camera as well. The autofocusing seems very fast and the shutter speed is also decent. There you have the dual mode for the amazing bokeh effect. Both the cameras are now capturing the image, and if there is some distance in between the subject and the background, the bokeh effect can be applied later. There you have all the options you can play with. There are a couple of manual options and nice modes you can check. The camera quality of this AGM X1 is quite good, I will say, for a $280 smartphone. The color recording is decent and the bokeh levels are really awesome. The image sharpness and saturation are also quite satisfactory.
Hey, what's up guys, this is Shukesh and you are watching a video sample from the AGM X1. It's recording in Full HD.
The autofocusing during videography is quite awesome and there is no hunting as well. The dynamic range could be better, I think, and the saturation of the images could be slightly more accurate. Well friends, we are at the end of this very long review, and overall this AGM X1 is the complete package for the travelers. If you are into this phone, you can check the description below for the buying link. It's just $280. For the price, what you are getting is really value for money. If you frequently drop your phone or want to take the phone to your pool and take some underwater videos or images, if you want great battery life, then this smartphone can be a good choice. Well, that's all in this video. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day.